Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we'll learn about how to create a virtual assistant at the minimum time. The video might be a little bit long because I'll give you a step-by-step instructions on what to do and how to create the virtual assistant. Today we'll create the virtual assistant on WatsonX Assistant itself. It's an IBM product. This is the part two. So for anyone who wants to understand exactly what's a virtual assistant, first of all, what's this difference between a chatbot and a virtual assistant, and know about WatsonX Assistant a little bit more, then there's an I button that will be popping up right now. If not, then I will also put the link to the previous video in the description. It's like what is WatsonX Assistant. So you can refer to that once, and post that I would recommend coming to this video for the demo setup. Even if you don't want to, then you can still go ahead and understand, because I've also told you exactly how you can access the cloud in a free version. How you can do that, I have explained everything in the previous video, so I would highly recommend to watch it first, then come here. So coming back to what we are talking about, so I'll tell you exactly how to create the virtual assistant. First, click on cloud.ibm.com. I already have a ID, so it will pop up directly. I have an instance that I have created, so I'll directly go to the resource list. First of all, there are a lot of websites that will tell you also exactly how you can have a free access. There's a for 30-day free access that you can initially have an access to. For firms who already have access to IBM cloud, then that's great. You can just directly utilize your cloud credits, and you can access the instances very easily. So I'll do something about Watson Assistant today. So just let me find out. Yeah, here it is. I click on assistant. It's pretty easy, very easy to follow. Instructions will be given. So be patient. I'll try to do it. Last time we spoke upon lender bank, right? So I'll show you exactly how you can create the assistant similar to what lender bank was already, exactly how lender bank was created. But I'll show you a little bit quickly the entire thing. So this particular solution that I'll show you exactly a demonstration that will be really helpful for you, even if you want to show it to your own customers, or let's say if you want to, even you're curious and you want to know exactly how an assistant works. So it is one of the best platforms to learn about it. See over here, it tells me, it gives me the welcome WatsonX Assistant. It gives me very easy to follow instructions right there. Assistant name. So let me keep it lender assistant. Let me write that. And then let me write a description as uh, let me write banking assistant for customers. Okay, let me click on next. Once I click on next, I'll find very again another screen will pop up, and it'll ask me for few more details to exactly understand what this assistant will be all about. What do you plan to deploy on assistant? Okay, let's say it was a lender bank was a web portal or a web interface, right? It was a website. So I'll do that. Which industry do you work in? I work in banking and finance services. If I'm working on banking stuff, then obviously I should be working in that particular domain. Then what is your role on the team building assistant? I am a developer. There are different options. You can choose any depending upon your role or the point of view. I'll talk about briefly about all the designations and what are the point of views, which people should opt for what as well as we move on into the session. I want to provide confident answers to common questions. I want to make it easier for customers to find it. What do I want? I want to provide confident answers to the questions. Where is that option? Okay, it was in the first place itself. I want to provide confident answers to common questions. Let's say I want this one only. So let's go ahead with this. Click on next. It's pretty easy. Now you can also play around with this thing with the interface, exactly how your virtual assistant will look. So this is the assistant that will pop up. Okay, and you can play around with it. You can also change the color. Let's say I want to make it red. Uh, Second color as blue. Let's make it a little bit quirky. Will not look good, but just to show you exactly how it works, I'll do that. Okay, let me write something. It might appear in some. Okay, let me write it. See, this particular icon is appearing as blue. Okay, the brown color is the primary assistant name. Okay, I can name the assistant as lender assistant. Okay, it's not looking good. Let me change it to something different. Let's say it's appearing green. I can play around with it. Okay, so you understood the basic things. I hope that. So let it be this way. You can play around. You can check out exactly how it happens. You can also put a avatar image that we'll do later on. Let's come to the basic stuff. Let's click on. I can also restart the conversation, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead with this one next. Okay. Now it gives me a option. It tells me how I can play around with it. Okay. Let me click on next, and I think I did everything correctly. Let me click on create. Yes. So it was very easy. It writes you, it gives you a message again, then congratulations, you were able to configure it. Initial part is configured very easily. Now there are different features if you see on the left hand side. I'll go by it one by one. So action, what does action mean? What does preview mean? Publish, environment, analyze. I'll talk about everything. Okay. So let's say whenever you are first opening the assistant, first, you can go to the action part. So there is nothing right now in the action. I'll tell you what can be done in order to create certain actions and steps. So basically, before I go into actions, I like to tell you exactly what action is all about. So when we talk about actions, right, in very plain simple terms, it's like a act, right? An action over here in terms of a virtual assistant can be a problem or a task that a end user is wanting to resolve, or they are wanting to find out a end result to it, or they want to find out a solution. That's what I mean to say. And this probable action can include anything like paying a bill. It can be like, let's say, booking a flight if it's a uh, I'll say an airline website or a company's website, then they can do that. And then for, let's say, if it's a let's say a mobile device company, let's say it's iPhone, right? So they also have an assistant on their platform, right? It can be Siri, for example. But let's say if it is a WatsonX assistant which is deployed there. So all these are assistant that can support you or the customers in order to find out easy to manage answers for their queries, common questions, which might not require a very technically sound person to answer, or somebody, kept for that particular answering requirements only. So this basically can save a lot of cost. Whenever we deploy a virtual assistant, first of all, it is very precise. It gives you very sophisticated and precise answers. They don't play around. Okay. They don't go for multiple questions. They are not confused. They follow a script. Then best part about WatsonX Assistant is that it is AI incorporated as well. So it's able to intelligently understand and maneuver the conversation and then take you across what you want, like the destination that you want to reach. Okay. So that's what action is all about. What do you mean by steps are that while you create an action, right? There's an action plan. Then there are steps that is needed to be taken in order to reach the destination. So those are steps are those things. Like after you create an action, okay, of, let's say, I want to create an action right now. I will be creating a couple of things, but let me take you step by step. I'll not confuse you. First of all, you can create a action plan from scratch, or else I have done something. IBM has already created a small, option. I'll send you the, provide the link in the description. You can download it from there. It will be a JSON file. If you're not able to open the JSON file, then I would ask you to click on that particular link. It will open on a different tab, right click it and save it as in the form of .json file. You'll be able to download it. Okay. So I click on upload and download and upload. Let's say I want to upload this thing, something, right? I already have a file sitting on my, where is it? Use cases. What's the next assistant? I have a lender action, which is already available to me. Okay. So I have pasted this, it's uploaded. Okay. Let's click on upload and replace. Okay. Once it will be done, it shows success. See, you can close this, let it complete. It's completed. Everything is up till now. Everything is up to date. Save it. Okay. And then click on close. Once you click on close, all of a sudden you will see that a lot of actions have already been created, right? We were earlier in actions. It was totally blank. Now, as I have uploaded this JSON file, it includes all the different conversational flows. Okay. You can click on any of them and then view it as well. Okay. Exactly how the conversation goes on. Let's say it's about customer starts with pay bill. Okay. They want to pay a bill. It might be a credit card debit. I mean, it can be a different credit cards, right? So it has a conversational flow for the same. You can click on it, understand exactly how it is going, and so on and so forth. You can also click on the editor version where you can click and play around with this part, or else you can click on the visualization tab as well. That tells you exactly how the conversation is flowing. This does not require any coding. I'll show it to you again. Okay. But this, I mean, after doing this, your first virtual assistant is created, right? But obviously, you have not learned anything out of this. I'll teach you exactly how to create the entire steps, how to play around with it. Don't stress out if you're not able to understand anything. I'll tell you exactly how you can, maneuver around or navigate around all these things. I'll click on the close button for the timing. We'll come back to the initial page. Now I'll tell you different perspectives. Let's say I'll talk about three perspectives today: a builder's perspective, a developer's perspective, and a program manager's perspective. Okay, so what do I mean by builder over here? Whenever we talk about virtual assistants, I mean, a lot of times we think that it might be something very complicated, probably. The assistant is simple, but to create that simple assistant, a lot of complexity is there. Yes, it is there. But obviously, when you talk about WatsonX Assistant, they eradicate this complexity part entirely. It's eradicated. Okay. The UI is there in front of you. It's pretty easy to use. So a builder does not have to be technical. It can be a non-technical person who just has to understand the conversational flow. When it comes to a banking or a finance firm, they need to have a clear mindset of exactly what sort of conversation goes on, right? Me and you being from a, let's say, a non-banking or a finance sort of a background, we can still understand and interpret exactly how the conversation might go. But if you want to go for the nitty-gritties and if you want to make it pretty advanced level, obviously you need to have little bit of background knowledge of that particular, I'll say, vertical or that field, right? In order to make justice to this entire assistant. So let's say I am a noob for that, for example, and realistically I am in terms of finance, entire uh, portfolio, right? It will be really huge. A lot of nitty-gritties will be there. We know just about the basic stuff that okay, there is a banking part, there will be loans, there will be how to create I mean, a check-in account, a bank, savings account, or an investment account as well. That you might be aware about how to apply for loan. All these things are basic, but a banking firm works on a lot of different verticals, most of which even we don't know, right? We are common people, so we are not into finance. We will not be able to be aware about it. So keeping that aside, I'll talk about the builder first. As I was saying, builder does not have to be somebody technical. They just have to understand the conversational flow. So that's it, right? They can create certain small action plans. I'll tell you how to do that. The developer part is a person who will be a little bit more technical. Obviously, as the name developer suggests, they have to develop or create certain coding part. So this is the only place where coding will be required, but today's session does not require it. They will mostly work on the integration part because the builder can take care of the conversational flows. Okay, it is very simple. You don't have to write any codes. I'll show it to you exactly how you can do that. On the integration part, what a X Assistant has done is that what IBM has done, they have provided you different integration platforms. You can integrate with different options. You can see different, contact centers also. You can, I mean, basically integrate the assistant with a Salesforce platform. Okay, you can do the same thing with WhatsApp on utilizing Twilio. You can do it on Slack. You can do it on Facebook Messenger, SMS, Genesis bot connector. Slack is there. You can see Microsoft Teams. You can upload, I mean, you can deploy a virtual assistant on a Teams platform as well. So it's that convenient. Okay. WhatsApp with Twilio. You can utilize this particular thing also. In the upcoming session, I might create another video. I will, I think, probably on the third or fourth part of this, uh, creating a small WhatsApp sort of a, virtual assistant, how it can make your life a little bit easier. So it'll be pretty interesting. Follow the path and you'll be able to do whatever I'm doing right now. So getting back, developer deals with all these things, and a program manager in general has to work on the both stuff. Whether it's the conversational flow part or on the other hand, whether it's the integration part, they have to take care of the entire portfolio. And I'll tell you why a program manager will feel interested talking about WatsonX Assistant. The reason behind that will be very simple, because they will be able to save money. They'll be able to handle the entire process. They can start small and then they can build up the conversations as and want when they want to, right? And the best part about the assistant is that you can start with a small created virtual assistant. You can publish that, okay? And you can also view the environments. Let's say I click on publish, for example, right? There are different publish parts. Okay, whatever I will be working around, that will get keep on getting published. And the environment part consists of two things: draft and live. Okay, so draft will be something where you can play around, you can do some sort of an edit, you can do some sort of I'll say experimentation, and it will not bother your live platform. Whereas on the live part, you will have your the main virtual assistant, or the one that you have worked upon. Let's say you don't want to fidget with it, you want to play around with it on the draft part, you can do so. The live part will get let's say saved. And let's say if you do some sort of a blunder on the draft part, you can always go back to the live part. You can reboot the virtual assistant, and it will come to its previous I'll say features, or it will come to its previous state. State is the right word. So previous state is really easily achievable. Then apart from that, you can analyze the entire virtual assistant, how it works, whether it's able to identify and answer all the probable questions, what sort of learning curve it is able to get out of it, what number of unique users are there, how the conversation flow goes, number of requests that the virtual assistant is able to get and then respond to very effectively. You can do it in different ways. You can do for action completion plan. Okay. And then you can also go for recognition plans. You can understand everything. What is the average recognition rates and everything. Apart from that, you can view it in different, ways also. Let's say if the assistant is there and you are utilizing it for a year or so, then there'll be different breakups as well. You can do it in daily, monthly, weekly, and yearly as well. I think yearly, I'm not sure, but obviously it will be. Let's say if an assistant is there for a couple of years, then obviously you'll be able to do that yearly checks as well. So apart from that, you can check on the action completion, recognition, conversational flows, and everything. Okay. So all these things are there. Then the activity logs, what you are doing, what sort of activities are going on. If you're working in a team, then you'll be able to easily understand how the activities are going on and who has made the recent changes. So let's say if you're working in team, you'll be able to easily convey the messages to people. You might be not, let's say if you're not able to understand certain activities, then obviously you need to understand who has recently made those changes. You can easily contact that person. At the same time, you can have a discussion and then solve your doubts very easily, right? So all these things can be done. So you can see that I had access the particular assistant at different times. So all this sort of activities can be easily done. Apart from that, another very important thing is that on the managed part, as I was on the topic of uh, team building activities or creating solutions with the help of teams, then there's an option of add user. Let's say you are the administrator or the program manager in this case, and you want to add users who will be working on this project. Then you can easily click on add users. People of the same firm or the same company who will be having access to IBM cloud can easily be sent address to. You can say send small email addresses to them, short request to join the activity. They'll be able to access this particular instance, and you guys can work in collaboration and do all these activities very easily. So you can enter up to 100 email addresses separated by commas at a single time, and you can send all those requests to 100 different people. So that's the kind of convenience and ease that this Watson X Assistant can provide to your entire team. So it makes the entire activity very seamless and smooth at the same time. So getting back to the main action, right? So let's click on action first of all. I told you about all the basic stuff. Let's say this is particular action. Let's say I want to create open an account for timing, right? Let's say that I want to click it, and now okay, let's move this one. And okay, there is an option. Yes, I want to delete it. I'll create it from scratch once again just to show you guys how to create the entire Watson X Assistant action step by step. Okay, so I've deleted this part. Now I want to go to action once again. If I will check about open, it's not there anymore. Okay. So now let's say click on new action. Okay. I want to build something from scratch. Okay, I want to open a savings, or what should I write? Let me see what can be the best thing to write, because I have to make the entire conversation accordingly. So just a minute. Let's say I will write, I want to open a checkings account. Where have I made it capital? Sorry, checkings account. Okay, and let's click on save. Okay, so the first conversation start has come. Now exactly how the assistant will respond to it. Okay, so what should I write over here? How to build the conversation? First of all, if somebody asks me what I want to open a checkings account, I will first ask what type of account, what type of what I want to, let's say I want to open a checkings account. What type of let's say I want to write what type of account. Okay, and then obviously there will be three options: savings, then there is something called as savings, what else are there, investment, and checking. Yes, that's what I was talking about. So I can write define customer response. From here, click on options, and no, let me do that once again. Option, where is it? Option, and then I'll select pay bills, click on different options: checking, saving, and uh, investment. Investment. Okay, the spelling is correct. Click on apply. See, there's an option which has come now. So I can also check my assistant's capabilities and how it's able to work simultaneously by clicking on this preview button. It will give you, once I click on it, it will open that particular virtual assistant, and I can see exactly what will it respond. Okay. It shows your changes are being added. So as and when you create these changes, and if you want to do it simultaneously, it will take some couple of seconds. But after that, your assistant will be trained on this sort of activities, and it will be able to replicate the same steps over here on the assistant part. So this is the script part, okay? And this is the assistant's UI part that will be appearing on the web portal, okay? Okay, it's taking a little bit of time. Might be because of my bandwidth. So bear with me. Let's wait for some time. Okay, success. Cool. So let's say I would write I want to nahi, it's what should I write? Uh, you can write anything, right? Your first action plan can be any of the stuff. So let's say what type of account we had asked. What confusing other way can I ask the same question? Like, let me see. Uh, let's say I want to write what type of account would you like to open? Okay, over here. And let me minimize it. Let's keep it a little bit more formal. I'll save it. Okay. And then I'll write something on the preview end. It will get trained. Okay, it's already trained, I think so. Let me check it once again. It's a reboot the conversation. I need a new account. Let's say how it responds to this. Did you mean I want to open a checkings account? So over here, what is happening is that uh, the solution is not able to find, I mean, the assistant is not is trained on different questions. Okay. So what I will do right now is I want to open a checkings account. So once I click on one, I want to open a checkings account, it gives me three options. So the reason behind the assistant asking me this question is because it's not trained on multiple options. Okay. I'll tell you exactly how you can train them as well. So once you click this, you can add this part. I need a new account. Okay. I will add this particular statement. I want to open a savings account. There are different statements, right? A user can ask different sort of things. So I'll try to write as many combinations that comes in my mind, that will be like some things which customers will be really prone to write, right? It will be really common statements for the assistant to understand it very nicely and for it to respond it immediately, right? So all the assistant does is that, as I told you, it's an artificial intelligence oriented virtual assistant that we are talking about right here. So it will get trained on the number of examples it gets, right? And as and when you want, even if you don't give this statements or this examples, probably in the first initial part, first couple of times, it will ask you a couple of questions. But now, once it is able to understand, okay, if this is a question, then this is the sort of responses that the customers or the clients are most probably clicking upon, then it will get trained upon it, and next time it will not ask the same questions, because it will see that there is a pattern around it, and it will be able to identify that pattern or the trend, and then interpret those things very easily. So it's pretty simple to do this, right? So let's say now when I click on this particular option and I click this one, it's saved. I will save it once again. I think it's getting saved as well. Let me see if it is saved or not. I think it is not allowing me to get saved. So let me click on preview. It's showing that your changes are being added. So whatever sort of small changes that you do is getting automatically updated and saved as well simultaneously. Let's give it a couple of more seconds and we'll move ahead. Okay, changes are taking little bit time. Uh, our internet is a bit slow. Okay, so I'll write I need a new account. As I gave that phrase before, it will be able to identify it pretty easily. What type of account would you like to have? Checking, savings, investment. If I click on checking, it will not give me any response because there is a dead end. I have not done anything right now. Let me clear the assistant once again afterwards. And after you make this particular step, click on continue to next step. Once you do that, they will ask you for different action plans. Okay. Go to use extension, search for answers. No, I don't want any of it. Let me click on this. Let me click this one. Click on new step. Okay. And then over here you can write. Let's say if somebody wants to ask what the investor number, somebody wants to open I mean somebody who already has an investment account wants to do something. What's your investor number? Okay. Obviously somebody who is trying to, nobody will try and open an investment account. I've, let's say that's the sort of condition right now. Somebody is there who is already having uh, what is your investment number, right? And I will define the customer response as numerical. There are different options over here. As per the requirement, you can check the different options. For me, the investment number will be obviously a number. So I click on this one. It's an investment number. Now, before I move on to the next step, I want certain conditions, right? I don't have to write a code for it. For example, let's say if somebody wants to click on investment, I want to open account. I mean, what type of account would you like to open? Somebody clicks on investment. Okay. Then obviously, let's say an investment person's account number cannot be opened directly online. Somebody has to go or visit. Let's say lender bank says that I have to, for an investment account, you have to come back to me and you have to open an account. In that case, you will have an investment number. In this scenario, I'll just take it as an example. So what the person will do is that is taken without condition. No, we'll put it as with condition. Okay. And now it gives me different options. If somebody tells me, let's say I click on this, what type of account would you like to open? Comes up, and the option is investment. Okay. Is there are different options over here. Is not, is any, is none of. Okay. What type of account would you like to have? If somebody writes is and it is an investment account, then this particular step will appear. Okay, then the assistant will directly navigate to this particular step. Okay, for programmers, if there are any, if there are not, then it is very simple to understand. There's an if and else statement over here. if there are certain conditions that needs to be, I mean, for certain steps to work, the certain actions or certain, I mean, steps to work again, you have to have certain conditions fulfilled. For example, if in this scenario, the type of account, if the customer selects as investment, then only this particular step will get triggered and the assistant will come to this step and it will ask the customer for an investor number. If this statement does not fulfill, if the customer clicks on checking or saving, then this step will not get triggered. Okay, it's as simple as that. I hope that you understand. I'll move ahead now. Okay, somebody gives me an investor number, then what will be the next step? In that particular condition, what I'll do is that uh, I'll write it as not an investment number. Let's say I'll write it as, sorry, account number. I mean, there's nothing as investor number. Sorry. So uh, I'll click on save again. It will be able to understand it. Okay. Once the investment part is selected, the customer will get asked what is your account number. Once that happens, okay, and the account number is there in terms of number, obviously. So I've checked that particular part. If that gets triggered, then we will move on to the next part. That is clicking on the step 3. We click on step 3 and we'll write something very simple. Okay. Uh, let's say I will write a simple line. Uh, let's connect you to if the investment number is there, if there's an investor, right? I don't want to handle it via the assistant simple. Okay. Then I'll write, let me connect you to an agent to take your to take you. Let's say what will I write? Let's say an agent who can help you to create a new investment account. Okay. So the entire condition happens only when, let's say, if somebody wants to open a investment account. So the earlier conditions, just forget about it. For example, let's say there's a customer, he comes or she comes and they want to open an investment account. First, they will right click on investment. Then the customer or I mean, the assistant will ask the customer for an account number. If they write an account number, then if first of all, if it's an investment, this particular step will get triggered. If they give the account number, then the next step will get triggered. Okay. And over here, I can write a defined customer response as, uh, let's say continue next step. And over here, there's an option as connect to an agent. Okay. And there are different responses. Let's say if the response, if the agent is online, then this response will appear. If the agent is for some reason is an offline, if the customer is trying to access some sort of an investment, I mean, trying to access the assistance help, and they are trying to access the agent, okay, in the non-office times or the non-office hours, then might be they will be offline and this particular message will keep on popping up. And there's another one, message to the agent. Okay, first thing is on the customer front, what message will appear, and the on the other end, what sort of a message will appear on the agent's end. Okay. Okay, the person who will try and solve the query of the customer is the agent, right? So what sort of message will appear on the agent's part is something that we'll write right now. So we'll write something like the customer wants to open an investment account and their account number is, okay, their account number is a very interesting thing. You can add over here something called as dollar, and something interesting will pop up. So once you click on dollar, what you can do is that you can access certain values which are present on the previous steps. Okay. So let's say I want the account number. The account number is present on the previous step, on step 2, right? What is your account number? So click on action step variable and click on what is your account number. So the number which is present, whatever the customer is trying to give, will be saved over here, and that particular number will get I mean, that particular number will get generated on the agent's end. Okay, by this message, the customer wants to open an investment account and their account number is this so and so. So the now the agent will be aware about the minute details of the customer, and they will be able to engage with them very easily, so that the customer does not waste any more time in giving them the brief of what they are all about, what sort of activity or what sort of I mean steps they are wanting to take in order to get their stuff completed, right? They don't have to repeat it once again and again. So it makes the entire step very easy for the customer and for the agent on both the ends. Click on apply. That part will be done. Okay. Now let's say if this part is done, you can click on apply. It will be very easily done. You can give different options over here with condition. What type of account in this particular stage? If I click on this one, what is your account number? What type of account? And I think I did that part already. Let me still click on it. And it is investment again. Earlier it was an investment, that's why it got triggered. Similarly, for this one also, the investment part has to be triggered, then only this will pop up. Okay. So I made the changes. Okay, if it is online, the agent is online, this message will open. If they are offline, this one will open on the customer end. This both the statements are for the customer end or the person who is trying to access or get their query resolved with the help of virtual assistant. And this is the thing that will appear on the back end. This particular message will go to the agent who will try and pick up the call and then support the customer in order to get their particular query resolved, getting their investment account open in this particular scenario. Okay, it is pretty easy up till now. I hope that you all understand. If not, then pause this particular video and go through the entire steps once again, follow it. Okay, and I think you'll be able to work around everything pretty easily. So moving on, this is done. Right now, the last simple step which is there, I'll click on new step once again. Okay, in this particular condition, let's click on new step. Or else let me check once again if everything is correct, if everything that we have filled is up to date. If yes, then good to go. Let's say I would click on next. Okay, everything is up to date, I think so. Yes, we have connected to an agent, it shows over here. Now let's say to open a, okay, we can utilize something over here also. Where is the option? uh is this the option? Hmm, okay. Which one is the variable button? Insert a variable. Yeah, it is. If you want to open what type of account you would like to open, if I click that, okay, select that part, open, you have selected this, and what else is needed? That's it. And then what we have to click on is account. If you want to open uh, this so and so option that they have selected, let's say they select a checking or a saving account, then let's say I want to write the message, visit the website. Now for the website part, I can add the online portal link. So I'll also add this particular URL in the chat so that you can also refer to it very easily as and when you're going through this. I'll also put I also put the description in the description box, the link. Just click on, you can write the URL. The URL is popping up on the screen. You can freeze it and you can write the same. And then you can click on apply. The link will appear. You can see the hyperlink over here. Now you can access this. So the customer now will be able to click on the URL and they can move on or navigate to that particular place. Let me remove this and show you once again. Click on link, this particular button. Be able to put this part. Now you can also set the action variable. What type of account would you like to open? Okay. If this particular thing happens, then only it will get triggered. So now I have given the step value also. Click on apply. Now the step is finished. If in step one, if a person clicks on this, let's say apart from investment number only, then it will get triggered. Okay. And apart from that, let's say over here, now we'll put the condition over here as well. What if it would be an investment number, right? Still, this can get triggered. So in order to remove that particular condition, we'll click on with condition is, okay. What is your no? We'll write it as, oh no, this is not this one. Just a minute. Click on this. What type of account would you like to open? Is any of, okay? We'll click on checking and then savings, right? Not the investment option. So what does it mean? I'll show you at the end of the day. After writing the entire code, I'll try to explain it. Okay. So this condition will get again operated when the person will write what type of account. I mean, let's say for in the beginning, if they click on checking or saving, then instead of going to this next two steps, okay, it's very easy to understand. See over here, only if the person customer clicks on investment, this particular two things will get triggered. Okay. If they click on savings or checkings, neither step 2 nor step 3 will get triggered or it will happen. They will straight away, the entire loop will go to the fourth part and they will trigger this part. Okay. It also shows the step number. Okay. It will only get triggered if step 1 is checkings or savings. Okay. It's very easy to understand. So only also a non-technical guy can easily harness the skills, and after a few attempts they'll be able to easily navigate around and understand what sort of activities needs to be performed in order to get the assistant up and ready for the customers utilization. Okay, so we are done with this part. Now what else needs to be done? Let's say I have selected that part, and on this part, that's it, we'll complete the action. Okay, that's it, and we will save it. Now to dry run and demo the entire activity, I'll show you the small simple steps, very easy to follow. Okay, I'll do those things very easily. Let's say I want to open an investment account. Okay, let me write something. Open an investment account. Let's see if it's able to understand that. See, it's able to understand. Even in the training phrase part, in the initial part, if you see, we didn't train it. Okay. In neither of the options did I write open an investment account. It was not able to. I mean, I didn't write the phrase, but still the assistant, because of its artificial intelligence and its training nature and the sort of algorithm which is running behind the scenes, it gives its power. I mean, Watson is the thing which is running behind the scenes, and WatsonX is the most updated version of IBM's solution proposition for its customer. So understand the sort of power it holds. It's able to understand, interpret the customer's requirements, even if it is not trained on those stuff, right? So in a very limited period of time, see the intelligence it's able to provide. Right now, let's say I provide a random number. We can add a lot of conditions to it, but I have not kept any conditions. It can be any account number. Let's say if it's able to take it. Yes, it's able to take that thing. And it gives me the option that let me connect you to an agent who can help you to create a new investment account. Over here, obviously, the connection is not there because I have not added any APIs to it. We have not integrated this Watson Assistant to any backend systems where the agent can easily pick up the calls, right? It's a demo environment. So if you have an agent, you can easily integrate that particular agent with this particular assistant, okay, very easily, and it'll I mean all the transactions or all the I mean I'll say sort of action plans or the steps can be taken place very easily. So that was the part. Another, let's say I want to again move ahead with the same conversation. I want to open an checking account. Okay. Okay. See, the part where the link was there, it has triggered that thing now. If I click on this link, it will take me to the lender bank website. I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me show that as well. Let me share my entire screen to make you guys see the screen. If I click on this link, it takes me to this particular website. And now Obviously over here it is not the lender side, so it's taking me here. If I click on view lender side, this appears. Okay, so that's how you can do the entire thing very easily. Okay, let me take you back to the screen. Let me stop the sharing and I'll share the only tab once again because it will create more confusions otherwise. So which tab was it? Just give me a minute. Let me click on this particular tab and let me showcase it once again. That way we'll not move on to different websites or different tabs again and again. So it will keep on popping. I mean, this particular portal will, I mean, tab will only keep on popping up, and you will be able to understand things pretty easily as well. So that was the most essential part of the entire I mean video. Apart from that, let's say if you want to integrate it as well, then there's some another very interesting options that you can play around with. I'll show you those things as well. If you now, let's say again, if I go back, okay, I have created the entire thing now. This is just one of the action plans. If you create the entire action plan, it will look something like, let me go to the back end. It will look something like this. If you create action plans for every single action that is going around, let me remove this. These are all the action plans which are present in the JSON file. Okay. You see all the active parts, some of them which are, let's say, not active or need some changes will appear in the status, one action or one missing subtraction. You can change all those things, okay? And play around with it. The action is good to go, let's say, and now if I want to, let's say, integrate it, okay? For example, I have to go to the option which shows change conversation. Where was it? Let me see. Display formats is not that. Upload, download, it's not showing here. Auto learning, no. Algorithm, display format, auto correction, Gen AI, no. That I'll show in a different uh, tab altogether. There has to be something called as embedded. Why I'm not able to find it? Let me see. Why am I not able to see that? Just a minute. Okay. I should be able to see that particular action plan as well. Let me see what's going on. Mm, Why am I not able to see this? Action. We go to this part. Let's remove this. Uh, Click here, global settings. It will take me something called as embedded. Why is that option not there? Okay. Screen. It might be I have not saved it. Let me save it. I'll close it and let me see if now it's able to give me that option. Nope. Why it's not? Mm, 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 mm. Let me go back and see where what I am missing. Let me go on preview and see once again what is going around. I click on preview. Okay, now I got it. Okay, so over here you can see exactly how this is the demo website where you can do what you can. I mean, basically you can play around with it exactly what the website will look like. And if you are, uh, satisfied with exactly how the assistant works, then you can click on customize web chat, and then the embedded part will appear. So sorry, I was making a small mistake. Embedded is here. Now I'll do certain things. Just take a particular notebook or something, click on notepad and just do the steps that I'm doing. Click on notepad and then I would suggest you to just copy couple of informations. Okay. Like the integration ID, just copy it as it is. Don't add any space or any other, phrases to it. Similarly, click on the region part and select this part. I have selected, you will be able to see on the screen. Click on notepad, save it. Lastly, take the service ID and copy it as it is. Don't add a single space, copy it and paste it as well. Now what we'll do is that we'll take this particular, uh, you know, uh, what I'll say, all this informations. I have saved it in the on the notepad as well. Let me share my full screen again. Share full screen, and what will we do is that I'll copy a particular web link. I mean web link. Okay, it's not sharing. Why? It should share. I hope that it's sharing right now. If it's sharing, then that's great. So I think I'll put again, the website link over here. What you need to do over here again is just fill the details. Let me write the website name once again. Just a minute. The website link is incorrect, I think. I will provide you the right ones so that you can also fill the details very easily. Okay, so I have saved it. Remove this one, save this particular one, and then just fill it on the right space. The first one was integration ID, so I'll copy it as it is and just mention it over here. ID here it's written, right? Just mention the integration ID over here. The first one is an integration ID. The second one was region. If you remember, you can pause and look back to the previous steps. Just paste it over here. Okay, pasted it, right? And now take this particular part, copy it and paste it in this particular field. Once you do this, make sure that there are no spaces in between. Okay, there are no spaces. Fine. I'll copy it as it is. I'll copy this part. I'll paste it over here. Okay. What I'll do is that it will integrate my particular web assistant to this particular assistant. If I click on it, my assistant will start appearing. And now whatever I have done till now, I'll be able to see the activities very easily. See, on this particular lender bank website, our assistant is popping up, and now I can write, I want to open a checkings account. I have written the incorrect spelling, but still it's able to understand. Checkings is There's nothing called checkings, right? Still it was able to understand checking account. It gave me a link as well. If I click on the link, then it will pop up again to the previous way it used to. I can click on view lender website and it will come again. I want to open a investment account. See what sort of response. See the same tab. I mean, the assistant color is similar to what I had chose before. It was lender assistant. It was green. Now it's again appearing green. But if you look at the previous video, the lender assistant's color was previously, I think it was blue. So obviously, whatever changes we made over there, we were able to just replicate it over here. Now the same things what you can do is that you can take the same activities, you can put this thing on any other website. You can take any other formal websites and you can just check it out. You can create a demonstration of the assistant and you can apply it on that particular website and see exactly how it works. It's pretty easy to do. I hope now you are able to understand what is going on. Okay, I click on this account number and see it will push me on to the agent part. Okay, if I click on connect to agent, I think it will give me, let me connect you to an agent who can help you. Jonathan connected. Okay, there is a bot which is acting behind the scenes that it's already created. I am afraid I don't understand. Please rephrase your question. So obviously you can create the entire conversations accordingly. The action plan which is already there in the JSON flag consists of this particular portion as well, where the agent is, what the agent will talk about and everything. So you can create everything from scratch. And now you're done with it. You understand exactly how everything goes on over here. I hope that the entire video was really, information. I mean, it was really informative for you guys, and that's it. Uh, Apart from this, The only other suggestion I would like to give you is that just go through the previous video. If you are not able to understand anything about WatsonX, it will give you a very brief understanding of what WatsonX is all about. I'll talk about virtual assistant previously, first of all, and then come on to chatbot and voice Watson Assistant. And lastly, we'll talk about exactly how the assistant works. Okay. So that's it from my side. I mean, till then, I would suggest only one thing, keep reimagining data with AI. That's what I like to say. So that's it, guys. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.